In this video, we are going to see about how we can define if statement in bash scripting. Defining if statement in bash scripting is very easy. First, we have to declare this keyword called if. After that, just define your condition, and if that condition is true, then it will execute a next statements. So let me create one script. I'm just using echo off, and then I'm just using, let me create one main function, and what I'm going to do is let me take one number from the end user. Okay, so I'm just I'm just defining a number, a simple number. So I'm just using /a to define integer, and then I'm just using number equal to 1. Okay, and now I want to define if statement. So I'm just using if, and then we have to define the condition. So if I'm just using %, inside that I'm declaring variable called number. If this particular number is equal to 1, then execute some line of code, or I'm just using just echo command. So how we can define or a way to get that comparison operator. So to find out the comparison operator for if statement, you can just use help and if on your console, and here you will get all those comparison operators. So EQU is for equal, then you have not equal, less than equal to, greater than, and greater than equal to. So you can use this all keywords to define the comparison operator in if statement. So let me go ahead and define what I want to do here is just use equal to EQU. Okay, then I'm defining number 1. So if this condition is true, then I will write some code in this parenthesis. So I'm just using echo, and I'm just displaying message called this is if statement. Okay, and on top I'm just using go to command, go to main function, and after this go to end of file. Let me save this and let me run this file. Then you can see it's actually displaying this message, this is if statement. Because we are first declaring or defining a function over here, then we are declaring a variable. This is nothing but our integer variable number, and we have using number 1, and then we are using if statement. Then number 1 variable have this number 1 value, and number 1 is equal to number 1, then display this particular thing. Okay, so if I use a different value over here, okay, and if I run this again, then it's not showing any message because the variable contain number 1 and we are just comparing that with the 3. So this condition is false. So if this condition is false, then it will not execute this statement. If this condition is true, then it will execute this statement or command. Okay, so let's take an example that in program what I wanted to do is I'm just declaring, or I'm just giving this path on a prompt console, and once it's detect this path, then it will display me all the files and folders contained in this particular path. So for that I'm just defining a variable with the prompt, and I'm just using variable called path equal to enter path, and just giving 2 spaces, and then if in %, path is equal to, this is just for your understanding, equal to this particular path, then what I wanted to do is first go to that path. So I'm just using cd, then percentage and then using that variable called path, and then just display all the files and folders available. So I'm just using dir command. Okay, so let me save this and let me copy this path. I'm running that script again. Now it's giving me a prompt, and I'm just giving this path, and if I press enter, then it's actually going to that path using cd command, and then it's displaying all the directory or all the files and folder which is available on that path. So this is how you can use the if statement. First you have to write this particular keyword, then provide your condition over here, and if this condition is true, then in parentheses you can actually write some code. So that can be your command, or that can be your normal echo statement. Anything that you can write, it will execute that set of statement or set of commands. So this is how you can use if statement in batch scripting.